What's up, everybody? How we doing today? This is break number 922 BD. This is a case of 2025 Topps Update Series Baseball. This is a 6-box jumbo box case. Here we go. All right, 6 boxes. There we go. Box number 1. Alright, box number 1. Here we go, guys. We got Lou Gehrig foil, Kyle Schwarber, Matt Gorski, Vlad Guerrero on the bleacher reachers. Forgive me. Fernando Tatis, Chris Bubic, Braxton Fulford, Frank Thomas on the MVP. Our first auto goes to the Dodgers. That is River Ryan. River Ryan. This is not numbered. On-card auto. River Ryan on card. Gunnar Henderson, Mystical. Mick Abel, James Wood, Ben Williamson. That is Isaac Paredes on the purple. That is purple, numbered 35 out of 250. 35 of 250. Black gold, that's Jackson Joe for Detroit. Augustin Ramirez, Brian Woo, and the Oakland A's on the speckle. first relic. All right, first off, we got Tiago Estrada. That is 1927 out of 2025, and our relic goes to Kansas City Chiefs. That is Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt Jr. on the unnumbered relic. Ken Griffey Jr., Clayton Kershaw, Jake Berger, Aaron Judge on the Bleacher Reachers. Black gold, we got Luke Keyshaw, Minnesota. Hy-Sung Kim, Ellie De La Cruz, Speckles of Aroldis Chapman. That is a green to 99, Nick Enright. Nick Enright. That is 3 out of 99. 3 out of 99 for Cleveland. Behind that, we got some more purple. That is John Bertie. John Bertie. 146 out of 250 for the Cubs. What's up, John? How are you? I am doing wonderful, my friend. My breaks are just getting started. So far, I've had a nice River Ryan autograph. Other than that, we're just getting started. Hopefully we get some nice big pulls today. Nice big pulls. That is Fernando Tatis. That is on the pink Night Terror, excuse me. My goodness. Zach Veen, Bobby Witt, James Westbrook, Rafi Devers on the Night Terrors. How you doing out there in New York, John? Is it still snowing? On the Independence Day card, we have Luke Keyshaw, rookie for the Twins. 75 out of 76. 75 of 76. About 7 inches. Holy cow. Bobby Witt Jr., Alex Bregman, Jose Iglesias, Buster Posey on the MVP. Now, I'll take the Phoenix Heat over that snow. I did enough of that snow when I was a kid. Nope, I'll pass. Next relic, there's Kyle Schwarber on the All-Star Game relic. Kyle Schwarber with the pinstripe on the uniform, not numbered. You would love the Heat right now. Yeah, I bet. Cade Horton, Randy Arozarena. There's the Seattle Mariners on the Speckles. We got Mike Trout on the MVP. to 2025, we got Michael Darrell Hicks for the Angels. Michael Darrell Hicks, 1634 out of 2025. That is Bryce Harper on the Mystical. Mickey Mantle, Riley Green, Luis Matos on the foil. That is box number 1. We got our 2 Mojo packs to do. 2 Mojo packs. Mojo pack number 1. Here we go. Zach Veen, Colorado. Mickey Mantle for the Yankees. Jacob Wilson for the A's. And Paul Skeens. None of those in the first pack were numbered. Let's see if we can get some numbers or some autos in this second pack. Numbers and autos. Let's go. We got Jerome Walton. Jerome Walton for the Cubs. Hideki Matsui, the Yankees. Bryce Harper for the Phillies. And Shane Smith for the White Sox on the rookie. All right, that was box number 1. Box number 2. Box number 2. We got Ramon Laureano. Ramon Laureano, 1804 out of 2025. That is to 99. 22 out of 99. That is a green Braden Fisher. Braden Fisher for the Toronto Blue Jays. Green foil. We got Juan Soto, Jazz Chisholm, the Cubs on the Speckles. We got Night Terrors of Gunnar Henderson. Who do you got, Charlie? And I'll tell you. You keep getting outbid. Oh, John. All right, we got Anthony Banda. Anthony Banda, that is 251 out of 2025. Aaron Judge, Mackenzie Gore, Rhett Lauder on the Speckles. We have Kirk Gibson on the purple short print. This is the first pitch of Kirk Gibson for Detroit. Nice hit. Hideki Matsui on the first pitch. Pittsburgh and Seattle. Let's see. Nothing big yet. I'll keep an eye out for you, Charlie. To 150. To 150 on the blue. That is Chris Bubik. Chris Bubik. Ronald Acuna on the mystical. Chandler Simpson. Stephen Kwan. There's Victor Caratini. No schemes yet. That is on the purple. Cody Bellinger for the Yankees on the purple. 73 out of 250. For the Fightin' Phillies, Mick Abel on the Rookie Rising Relic. Rookie Rising Relic. Not numbered. Shohei Ohtani on the black gold. Matt Shaw, Javi Baez, Eric Orzi. That is Ernie Banks on the foil. Pete Alonso All-Star. Carson Kelly. Jim Thome on the Bleacher Reachers. Augustin Ramirez, Aaron Judge, Luis Urias. We got Andrew McCutchen, MVP. If there was a Skeens refractor, then it's it's penny sleeved and set off to the side, which means it'll be top loaded probably after the break. Jack O'Loughlin. Jack O'Loughlin, 1325 out of 2025. Black gold of our Rookie of the Year, Nick Kurtz. Nick Kurtz, Rookie of the Year on the black gold. Mark McGuire. Byron Buxton, Juan Morillo. Our next auto is another one for the Dodgers. That is Hyesung Kim on the rookie auto. That is on card also and also not numbered. Dodgers have the first two autos of the break. River Ryan and Hyesung Kim. Christian Campbell. Paul Skeens on the All-Star game. Kyle Hart. Mark McGuire on the Bleacher Reachers. Dylan Cruz on the Night Terrors. Mackenzie Gore, Freddie Freeman. There's Aaron Judge, Yankees, Legends, Unite. Last pack, box 2. Then we have our Mojo packs. For the New York Mets, that's Edwin Diaz on the pinstripe patch from the All-Star game. That is also not numbered. Ronald Acuna, Cal Raleigh, Grant Wolfram, Alex Rodriguez, MVP. Alright. Mojo packs. For the A's, Denzel Clark. That one actually looks like it should be numbered, but it's not. Denzel Clark. Craig Biggio. Julio. And Blake Snell. Rookie Moises Ballesteros for the Cubs. Joe DiMaggio, Yankees. George Springer for the Blue Jays. Oh, this one's nice. Vo, you were waiting on a nice Ken Griffey Jr. How about a Ken Griffey Jr. orange to 25? 7 out of 25. Ken Griffey Jr. on the orange mojo. There you go, man. There's a nice one. Charlie, that was you that had the Seattle Mariners? There you go, brother. Congratulations. Nice hit. Congratulations, Charlie. That was nice, especially out of the Mojo packs. Box number 3. Oh, got it, Bo. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you guys. Everybody's got to have each other's back. So there we go. Nice hit. Congratulations, brother. That one's sick. Wish it was an auto for you. But we'll take that to start. All right, here we go. Box number 3. We got Tyler Soderstrom, Logan Webb, Braden Fisher, Bryce Harper on the Night Terrors. Oh, you're Cardinals? So you'd like to see Stan Musial. You got it, bud. Let's see what we can do. To 2025, we got the Yankees, the City Boys, Jazz Chisholm and Aaron Judge, 340-54 out of 2025. And our next auto is Brant Herter, on-card auto for the Detroit Tigers. Detroit Tigers on-card Brant Herter. Spencer Torkelson. Junior Caminero. Moises Ballesteros. First pitch, that's John Smoltz. A 101 Weatherholt, that would be sick, dude. That would be sick. That kid is going to be good. Last break of the night has Weatherholt a lot. In the Bowman first. Bowman Chrome first break. JJ Weatherholt's in there a lot. I've pulled a couple of his autos. So. We got Joe DiMaggio, Jacob deGrom, Drew Evans. There is a portrait for the Mets. Travis Jankowski. Travis Jankowski on the portrait. Shohei on the MVP. Ooh, how about that? That is Andrew McCutchen on the game-used bat. That is green to 99. 16 out of 99, game-used bat, Andrew McCutchen. We got Francisco Lindor, Dalton Rushing, Casey Mize, Braxton Fulford. You're welcome, Charlie. Black gold. There's Ken Griffey Jr. for the Mariners. Joey Votto, Ryan O'Hearn, Carson Kelly. On the purple short print, that is Junior Caminero. Junior Caminero, purple short print foil. That is Logan Allen. Logan Allen, 17-15 out of 2025. Roki Sasaki, Ronald Acuna, Tomoyuki Sugano. On the aqua short print foil, Orlando Ribalta. Orlando Ribalta. That's for the Washington Nationals. Mickey Mantle on the bleacher reachers. That is Jackson Jobe on the relic for Texas. This one is not numbered. Jackson Jobe rookie. I'm sorry, for Detroit, not Texas. For the Detroit Tigers. Jeff Bagwell. Brent Rooker, Paxton Schultz, Matt Shaw on the Night Terrors. Tomoyuki Sugano, Will Smith, Jorge Soler, Ted Williams on the MVP. To 150 on the blue. That is Jake Mangum for Tampa Bay, rookie. Corbin Burns, Eugenio Suarez, Jonathan Rodriguez, Johnny Bench on the MVP. A Skeens auto would be great. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. I like pulling them. I pulled a bunch out of National Treasures. To 50 on the gold. Gold to 50, that is. And it's a gold auto for the Padres. Omar Cruz. Omar Cruz, gold auto for the Padres. That was 33 out of 50 for the San Diego Padres. Jacob Wilson, Byron Buxton, Matt Olson, Seattle Mariners team foil. There is Armando Alvarez, rookie for the Twins, 119 out of 250. That's box number 3. Box number 3. Mojo time. Mojo auto time. Let's go. We need an auto. Start with Colton Cowser. The Rocket, Roger Clemens. Nice rookie for the White Sox, Edgar Quieto. Edgar Quieto. And a blue for the Giants. That is Justin Verlander. 116 out of 150. Blue for the Giants. For the Astros, A.J. Bluebaugh. For the Braves, Greg Maddux. Greg Maddux. For the White Sox, Chase Meadroth. Chase Meadroth. And for the Reds, Ellie De La Cruz. Box number 4. Box number 4. All right, box number 4. Dylan Cruz, Tarek Skubal, Charlie Morton. There's Bryce Harper on the MVP. This is a thick one. This is a thick relic right there. We're going to save that for last. Paul Skeens on the Mystical. Julio Rodriguez. Fernando Tatis. Jamie Westbrook. And our thick patch looks like it's an all-star game patch. It is an all-star game patch. Event worn. For the Cleveland Guardians, that is Stephen Kwan. Stephen Kwan, 3-color event worn patch for the Cleveland Guardians. Very nice hit for Cleveland. Let's see if this is numbered. It is 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Nice hit. Nice hit for the Guardians. Galantine, is that you, buddy? Hey, how you doing tonight, Draken? Brian King. Brian King, 709 out of 2025. Is that you, Galantine? Congratulations. Bobby Witt Jr. on the black gold. Bobby Witt Jr. Pete Crow Armstrong. Miles Mastrobuoni. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm sorry, bud. That is a nice hit, though. Nice patch. That's the way the patches should all look. Draken, did you get in this one tonight? Moises Ballesteros on the patch. Rookie patch for the Cubs. That one's not numbered. Not tonight, bud? Alright. Churio. Machado. Morillo. David Ortiz, Bleacher Reacher. You took my words? How about Kyle Tucker? Kyle Tucker, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 on the Night Terrors black. Black Night Terrors, Kyle Tucker, Chicago Cubs. Nice hit for the Cubs. Vlad Guerrero on the Night Terrors. Chase Dolander, Jacob Wilson, Gio Urshela. Dude, this has been a solid case so far. This has been a solid case. I mean, nothing like super huge, but a couple of nice ones. Nice hits to 10. Gold auto. Yeah, I mean, it's been a solid case. We still got 2.5 boxes to go. How about gold to 50? Chase Shugart. That's for the Pirates. Charlie, another one for Charlie. Chase Shugart, rookie gold. Garrett Crochet, Chris Sale, Augustin Ramirez, Aaron Judge MVP. The other day, you pulled a Wyatt Langford auto to 10. Woo! Out of the holiday packs? Nice, bro. That's hard. Those holiday packs are hard to hit out of. Congratulations, dude. Congratulations. We have Zach Little for Tampa Bay. That is 800 out of 2025. And then Yordan Alvarez on the Major League material. This is game used bat, not numbered. Marcelo Mayer, Yamamoto, Rushing, Roy Campanella. Yeah, the relics have come out pretty nicely. Any cool Marlins so far? Off the top of my head, I cannot remember, my friend. I want to say I think there is one, but I just don't remember. How about this? You just walked in and there is a Marlin. 156 out of 250. Matt Mervis. See, look at that. You asked for it, you got it. Reed. There might be something else. 156 out of 250. Matt Mervis. Mike Trout. Max Muncy. Francisco Lindor. Drew Avens. Sometimes the card gods listen. You just gotta ask. Sometimes you gotta beg, not just ask, though. Me, I'm a beggar. I'm one of those that, come on, please, give me my team. All right, here we go. Buy pack number 8-9. That is to 150 blue for Washington, Orlando Ribalta. There's for Washington on the black gold, James Wood. James Wood, black gold. I don't know if I gave you guys the number for Ribalta. So for Washington, 76 out of 150. 76 out of 150. Dalton Rushing, Garrett Crochet, Gunnar Hoglund. Of course, we will do a full recap after the break. There's an auto. That one is another one for the Dodgers. That is Jack Dreyer. This one also not numbered. Jack Dreyer, that's our third auto for the Dodgers tonight. Third auto for the Dodgers. They're just eating like they're going to Applebee's. They are eating good in the neighborhood. There's Ken Griffey Jr. on the foil. Shohei, Mike Soroka, Bobby Witt Jr. What other Dodger autos? We pulled River Ryan was the first one. We got Justin Verlander here on the Mojo. It was River Ryan, Haesung Kim. Haesung Kim was the other one. Dalton Rushing. Get in there, Dalton. Fernando Tatis. And we got an auto. We got a Mojo auto here. And it's going to the Washington Nationals. It is orange to 25, and that is Robert Hassel. Robert Hassel, orange to 25 for the Washington Nationals. Nice auto. Nice hit for the Nats. I like the orange. The orange looks good. We got Paul Goldschmidt. Bobby Witt Jr. For Tampa Bay, we got Chandler Simpson. For the Dodgers, Roki Sasaki. Box number 5. Box number 5. Sorry, Draken. Yeah, I think the on-card autos are worth more, but that don't bother me none. I like the orange color on the cards. I think it does on some players, but not on all. I think the sticker only hurts like the lower end players. We got a vintage stock to 99. 87 out of 99. That is going to Seattle. That is Austin Kitchen. Austin Kitchen on the vintage stock to 99. Another one for Charlie. Mick Abel. Ketel Marte. Nick Kurtz. There's Jose Abreu. You've never heard of him, but nice. On the mystical, that is Gunnar Henderson on the purple foil short print. Purple foil short print mystical. Gunnar Henderson for Baltimore. Black gold, that's Bryce Harper. Jeff Bagwell, Gleyber Torres, Ben Williamson. That is Mickey Gasper on the purple for the Twins. Mickey Gasper, 16 out of 250. The glitters, those are nice. I'm sure that Nick Kurtz sold for $20, Rookie of the Year right there. Absolutely. That is Alex Verdugo. Verdugo right there. 930 out of 2025. 1099 on the green for Seattle. There's Andres Munoz. Andres Munoz. 9 out of 99. Robert Hassel, Max Fried, Jonathan Rodriguez, Kyle Tucker, Bleacher Reacher. How about game used bat of Julio for Seattle? For the Mariners, Julio Rodriguez. Game used bat, not numbered. Very nice relic there. Zach Veen, Carlos Rodon, Garrett McDaniels, Pete Crow Armstrong, Night Terrors. Yep, J-Rod relic. It was not numbered, Charlie. Byron Buxton, Vlad Jr., Seattle Mariners team, Joey Votto. Yes, one Voto variation earlier. I want to say it was the Cubs. Oh, no, Mets. Oh, image variation, mirror? No. We had a photo, but no image variation, golden mirrors yet. No. Ryan Miller, that is 1880 out of 2025. You spot a relic? Not in this pack. Juan Soto, Drake Baldwin, Kyle Tucker, Dustin May. You thought you saw a thickie? Understood. I understand. I'm Moto. I like them thick. I like them chunky myself. You understood the reference. I love that. Oh man, when you got two kids, you've probably watched that movie 1,000 times. Alright, we got Roki Sasaki, Robbie Ray, Justin Turner, Cam Smith on the Night Terrors. How about a Jordan Lawler autograph? Jordan Lawler, Diamondbacks. Diamondbacks are on the board with an auto. Not numbered. Joe DiMaggio, Jeremy Pena, the Cubs. How about Andy Pettitte on the first pitch? There is Tomoyuki Sagano, Matt Boyd, Zach Kent, Rod Carew MVP. Last pack of box 5. Then we got our 2 Mojo packs. No jersey matches so far that I've seen. Here's a relic. Here's a thickie for the Dodgers. That is Roki Sasaki. Roki Sasaki on the Rising Rookies relic. This one is not numbered. Another hit, though, for the Dodgers. Another one. Kobe Mayo, Joey Votto, Julio Rodriguez, Shane Smith. Mojo packs. Box 5. Here we go. How about we start off with a little Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. action. Ronald Acuna Jr. Willie Mays. And Max Muncy. Max Muncy. Dodgers definitely showed up tonight, yes, for sure. For the Cubs, Dansby Swanson. Dansby Swanson. Nolan Ryan. That's going to the Angels. That's an old school Nolan. How about Nick Kurtz? Nick Kurtz. And Shung Ho Lee. Shung Ho Lee Cal. Last box. I did not know that. I know they're not related, but I did not know that they were born on the same day. More Marlins have been requested. Listen, card gods, more Marlins have been requested. Get your stuff together. Alright, here we go. Box number 6. Byron Buxton on the purple foil short print. Purple foil short print. Julio Rodriguez, Gleyber Torres, Justin Hageman. That is Eaton Levine for the Mets on the first pitch. A Caminero auto? Yeah, it would be. Junior Camineros with the Rays, yes. There is Dylan Cruz. Dylan Cruz, that is 639 out of 2025. Cam Smith on the top, black gold. Mayer, Ray, Soler. That is for Seattle. Austin Kitchen again. Austin Kitchen again. This one is 25 out of 250. 25 of 250. And in case I didn't say it, 639 out of 2025 on the Dylan Cruz. Because I got short-term memory loss. Here's our auto. Going to the Royals. That is Tyler Gentry. Tyler Gentry on the auto for the Royals. This is not numbered. Max Muncy, Jeremy Pena, Tyler Saucedo, Mike Trout on the Bleacher Reachers. It could have been Bobby Witt for a second. Matt Shaw, Matt Boyd, Jose Iglesias. We got Mike Trout on the Night Terrors. All-Star Relic going to the Texas Rangers. There is Jacob deGrom. Jacob deGrom on the All-Star Relic. Thought he was hurt all of last year. How do you make the All-Star team? I don't know. Ernie Banks, Julio Rodriguez, Dalton Rushing, Clayton Kershaw MVP. Best comeback pitcher. He needs to come back. Because Texas sucked without him last year. Last 5 packs. Should have at least one more relic in here. Gold to 50. 13 out of 50 for Tampa Bay. Zach Little. Or Zach Littell. I'm not sure if it's Littell or Little, but there you go. Nice gold to 50. 13 out of 50. Littell. Little, the first one. Thanks, Drewby. Draken, sorry. Aaron Judge, Juan Soto, Max Fried, Blaine Krim. I know you're a Rays fan, so it's Littell. Okay, perfect. Dude, you're going to keep changing your name. I'm going to have to freaking call you your real name. That is a blue relic of Kevin Alcantara for the Cubs. That is a blue relic to 150. 12 out of 150. Kevin Alcantara for the Cubbies. Marcelo Mayer on the black gold. Jackson Churio, Carlos Rodon, Tyler McGill. I don't like calling anybody their real name unless they give me permission. So close to a jersey match. True. You're right. That was. Dylan Cruz, Vlad Jr., Evan Phillips. There's Babe Ruth on the bleacher reachers. Thanks, Chad. Appreciate you, bud. Appreciate you very much. Just let it go. What do you think this is? Frozen? Come on. Out of 150 blue. That is Mike Talkman. Mike Talkman. White Sox. Drake Baldwin. Ketel Marte. Grant Wolfram. Jacob Wilson on the Night Terrors. Let it go, let it go. I can't feel any of my toes. Let it go in the snow. Talkman was a really good player for the Yankees when he first came up, too. I liked Mike Talkman. I was surprised we let him go. Matt Shaw. And we got an extra auto, you guys. 353 out of 2025, and we got an extra auto for the Seattle Mariners, Ben Williamson, and this one's green and is numbered 6 out of 99. Ben Williamson, green out of 99. Nice hit for the Mariners. Garrett Crochet, Kyle Tucker, Brewers, Ernie Banks MVP. All right. He kind of scribbles at the end, but other than that, it's not a bad auto. I mean, I've seen a lot worse. All right, our final two Mojo packs. We're going to get Joe DiMaggio. Joe DiMaggio. George Springer. George Springer again for the Blue Jays. Ken Griffey Jr. again for Seattle. And Ronald Acuna, not numbered, for Atlanta. All right, come on. We need one more auto. One more auto. Can we get it right here in that last pack? Come on. Auto time. Yeah, Seattle's had a really pretty decent break. Absolutely. We got the Giants. Willie Mays. Willie Mays. Max Muncy, who was born on the same day as the other Max Muncy for the Dodgers. Thank you for that fact, because now it's never going to leave my head. There is Mr. Mallory Swanson. Mr. Mallory Swanson from the U.S. national team. And our last hit, of course, why not? Our first hit of the break was a Dodger. Why not our last hit of the break? 34 out of 150, Dalton Rushing. Dalton Rushing. All right, guys, recap time. Recap time. Here we go. Do a little zoom in here for eBay. We'll start with our black golds. We got Marcelo Mayer, Cam Smith, Bryce Harper, always trying to run away, James Wood, Bobby Witt Jr., Ken Griffey Jr., Nick Kurtz, Shohei, Luke Keyshaw, Jackson Jobe. We had this speckle of Nick Kurtz, our Rookie of the Year. We had no Drake Baldwins. Okay, our short printed foils. We got Byron Buxton on the purple, Gunnar Henderson purple, Aqua of Orlando Ribalta, purple, Junior Caminero, Kirk Gibson on the first pitch, and Fernando Tatis on the pink. Our first pitches: Eaton Levine, Andy Pettit, John Smoltz, Hideki Matsui. And we had a portrait of the Mets, Travis Jankowski. Our Mojos, we got Dansby Swanson, Muncy. We got Mays, Acuna, Griffey, Springer, DiMaggio, Jung-Ho Lee, Nick Kurtz, Ryan, Swanson, Muncy, Mays, Acuna, Griffey, Sasaki, Simpson, Bobby Witt. We got Goldschmidt, Tatis, Rushing, Verlander, Ellie, Meadroth, Maddox, Bluebaugh, Quieto, Clemens, Cowser, Springer, DiMaggio, Ballesteros, Snell, Rodriguez. That is Julio, Biggio, Clark, Smith, Harper, Matsui, Walton. There's Paul Skeens, Jacob Wilson, Mickey Mantle, and Zach Veen. Our numbered cards to 2025. We got Matt Shaw, Dylan Cruz, Ryan Miller, Alex Verdugo, Zach Littell. We got Brian King, Logan Allen, the Yankees, Jack O'Loughlin, Anthony Banda, Ramon Laureano, Michael Darrell Hicks, and Thario Estrada. To 250. Austin Kitchen, Mickey Gasper, Matt Mervis, Armando Alvarez, Cody Bellinger, John Berti, and Isaac Paredes. To 150, we got Dalton Rushing, Mike Talkman, Orlando Ribalta, Justin Verlander, Jake Mangum, and Chris Bubik. To 99, Andres Munoz, Austin Kitchen, Braden Fisher, and Nick Enright. To 76 on the Independence Day, Luke Keyshaw, good rookie for the Twinkies. Gold, we had Zach Littell for Tampa Bay and Chase Shugart for the Pirates. Ken Griffey Jr. on the Mojo to 25. That is 7 out of 25 for the Mariners. And on the black to 10, Kyle Tucker, Night Terrors. Our patches. Tyro. It probably is. As soon as it becomes more popular, I'll learn his name better. All right, our patches not numbered. Jacob deGrom, Roki Sasaki, Julio, Jordan Alvarez, Moses Bastero, Jackson Jobe, Edwin Diaz, Mick Abel, Kyle Schwarber, and Bobby Witt Jr. Our numbered patches. That is to 150, Kevin Alcantara. To 99, Andrew McCutcheon. And that is a sick one to 10. Stephen Kwan on the 3-color patch auto. 1 out of 10. Congrats to Cleveland on that hit. And our autos to finish us off. We got Tyler Gentry, Jordan Lawler, Brant Herter, Hyesong Kim, River Ryan, Jack Dreyer. Those are our 3 Dodgers that were not numbered. We had to 99, Ben Williamson for the Mariners. To 50, Omar Cruz for the Padres. And to 25, 5 out of 25, Robert Hassel for the Washington Nationals. There's your break, my friends. Hope you guys had a good time. Hope to see y'all next time. Have a great night, y'all.